Welcome to this Creative Instinct podcast production made for the Cambridgeshire Recovery Service, one of a series made by people navigating their recovery journey, driven by people who have been there and recognise the way.
So much has gone on over the last year or so. I ended up volunteering for CGL, I was a group work volunteer, so I was helping the PSI in Cambridge to deliver foundations of change and growth to other service users who, are battling addiction. A lot of it was networking because I met some people from other organisations, but one of the biggest things was going to speak to new police recruits and explaining about mental health and addiction to them, so hopefully break the stigma of how police see addicts. I've got to swear in front of policemen and they can't do anything about it. No, I did generally enjoy it. It did feel good to be doing something and hopefully I think they do hear what we say and stuff, and I think it is beneficial to be doing it. Because in addiction you're going to come across police quite a lot, and a little bit more compassion from police could be the difference between. It's all been pretty good, to be fair, I believe. They like the stories, they like, how informative it was and stuff like that. So there's been, I think everyone I've taken part in, there's always been good feedback. I become more out there. Obviously I engage with people. Over the past year or so, me and my dad's built up a real good relationship, and a lot of that's due to some of the skills that I've learned during recovery. So that's a real big thing, because we didn't really think we would have a relationship like we do, but we actually got a decent relationship now. So that's good. Me and my mum, we've always had a pretty strong relationship, but I think it's easier for her to listen to me now, because there ain't so many fuck this and fuck that's and conversation sort of thing. So my artwork went from a really dark and quite just a dark kind of art to becoming more vibrant and brighter and out there. Admittedly, at the moment it's a bit struggling to find the light with my artwork, but that's just where I am, sort of thing. But artwork has been really good for me to be able to express myself and stuff, and at this moment of time I'm so overwhelmed with everything. I haven't been managing to articulate myself or express what I'm feeling in what's the best way to say it, productive way. It's been quite, basically, I think I've been expressing myself, to be fair, a bit of a dick, and I think that's why the need for me to do my artwork is so I can paint it out, because I can call anyone a dick on my artwork and it's not going to get me into trouble, sort of thing. And I think it's kind of hard, because I do feel it's really important for me to be doing. In the end, I ended up relapsing, ultimate thing out of it all, just because I had the correct tools while things were slightly up and down with life, but once my relationship broke down and this, that or the other, I weren't regulating myself in the best of ways, so I ended up using, which then means I no longer volunteer for CGL. So it sounds bad, but I think I just wasn't ready, sort of thing, to be in my role, which is a learning curve sort of thing. I think I needed to do more emotional regulation work on myself. The biggest thing is, it's like, you know what I mean, I've been open and honest. I've said I'm not coping. I've said I'm using small amounts just to get me through, so I'm not so reactive. But during that time as well, while I am just taking the edge of things, I've been adding to my recovery capital. So I've been finding recovery capital which is away from CGL, away from fellowship, away from like areas what could be triggering for me. So I found a couple of creative groups which I'm going to check out next week, see what they're all about. Found another like drop-in thingy, which, so it's just the relapse. I realised like I didn't have the recovery capital around me as I needed. I had some recovery capital, but not enough to deal with, you know, life just being shit and sucker punch after sucker punch sort of thing. I got caught up in the whole I'm working in recovery, which obviously you end up getting sidetracked by your own. Worrying about other people's recovery, which is, you know, we always say the first rule of recovery is to look after yourself, and yeah, but I admit over the last few months I haven't, and then I let things slip. Yeah, a relapse has been a learning curve, and over this relapse I've hung on to a few things, which the main thing is connectivity, because if I'm connecting with people who are actually in recovery and want the best for me, that's going to keep me on the right path. But I have hung on to a few things like sticking to attending certain groups, keeping connectivities with those who are in recovery. Although I'm not really arty at the moment, I am clinging on to my artwork. I'm clinging on to the relationship with my father. My brothers, my family, to be fair. Just being so forthcoming with stuff and being open and honest. I feel, you know, people don't have to worry so much, if that makes sense. Like, I think if I'm not saying anything and I'm smashing myself to pieces and that, then we have a real bad problem, to be fair. But the fact is, I'm being forthcoming, I'm honest about everything what I'm doing at the moment, and I feel that helps others from not having to worry, because I think a few years back when I actually come into CGL, I wasn't fucking honest, and I think everyone, well, to be fair, didn't think I was going to make the next day sort of thing. So I think that's but I don't think people feel like that. I think people kind of look at me and be like, okay, things are shit at the moment, but he's got good things which he's holding on to. He's doing damage limitations. At the moment, my immediate goals is to really work on my recovery capital, add into that. I think that's really important. And looking in emotional regulations. Because if I can regulate myself better when things are shit, then I don't need to use, and I'm not going to be a dick to someone either. I think, well, in the past when I've relapsed, I just buried my head into the sand and that was it. Like, I'm back to old ways, whereas this way I'm maintaining, just be open and honest and reach out. trouble is, I think a lot of the times we don't realise when to reach out. We reach out after the shit hit the fan, whereas I should have reached out sooner. It's a learning curve. Not everyone gets it right first time, so.
Your story can help others, and we'd love to hear it. Wherever you've been, wherever you are, how you got there. Whatever, it's up to you.